Our buddy Jason wants to have $7,000 in an account for a trip he's planning to take in 15 years. Jason has always been a planner. He places his money in an account that pays this percent interest, compounded monthly. Assuming he takes no money out, what is the minimum amount of money Jason should put into the account at the beginning? Is the assumption. So I see this compounded monthly phrase. So in terms of picking my equations, this is the guy I'm going to have to go with because a little bit of interest will be applied several times throughout the year. And because it's compounded monthly, well, I'll use this equation. So I'm going to make my little list, A, P, R, N, and T. And as I reread the problem, I'm going to try to figure out what the numbers are telling me stand for. This $7,000, is it what he's starting with or is it what he wants to have? Clearly it's what he wants to have, so that makes it a future amount of value for A. Beep, beep, beep. We don't know the principal. That's what we're trying to figure out. This rate, written as a decimal, if I take that 6.8 and I kick this over 2 spots to the left, which is making it out of 100, it's 0.0068. And the value for n is all about this little phrase right here. How many times in a year will this happen if it's compounded every month? Well, it'll happen 12 times because there's 12 months in a year. And this trip is happening 15 years later. So when I look at the formula, the value for A is 7,000. This is going to equal, I don't know how much money to start with, 1 plus this tiny interest rate, broke it up into 12 equal pieces, applied 12 times a year for 15 years. So I need to know what 12 times 15 is, and if I'm not the awesomest at mental math, I might just bust this bad boy out and see that that's equal to 180. So now here's what people need to really watch how they use their calculators. My recommendation is that this, like you guys isolate P right away. P is going to equal this, all of this stuff is going to be some weird number that we're going to find on our calculator, and I'm going to need to get P by itself. If I want to get P by itself, since P is multiplied by all this stuff, I would take the step of dividing both sides by this crazy number, and that would cancel it and make the P be all alone. So what I would do is say P equals the 7,000 divided by 1 plus 0.068 divided by 12 to the 180th. Now if you don't, that's the easiest way to do this. And I'm going to go ahead and just take 7,000 and divide it by what I just said, 1 plus 0.068 divided by 12. Check out how I used my parentheses and how I did not put anything over here. That'll be raised to the 180th. And that's it. I'm done with the problem. That's my final answer. He has to put in $2,531.40, because that's a 2, 44 cents. 253144. 253144. That's going to be my answer, and I'm done. But a lot of people don't like doing that. So what most humans do is they take this part of things, 0.068 divided by 12 to the 180th, and they want to get this number first. So most folks figure out what 1 plus 0.068 divided by 12 to the 180th is, and they get this decimal, which is totally fine. You can do that. And now, so I don't want to write this whole thing down, but if I were to do that, it'd be 7,000 equals P times all this craziness, and then people are like, oh, now I know I've got to divide. But if you make the mistake of taking 7,000 and dividing it by just 2 point, like you round this off to a few decimal points, I want to point out that you do not get the same answer. I mean, it's pretty close, and close enough for government work, I guess, but it's wrong, and that would take off points. So, like, don't round stuff. If you're going to take this route, and you're going to do this 1 plus 0.068 divided by 12 to the 180th, and take that whole number, and you don't want to type all that stuff in there, then just please do this. 7,000 divided by, on your calculator, above the negative sign is this little phrase ANS. It'll take whatever your previous answer was. So if I go second and then press this, I'll get the answer that I'm supposed to get. So that's how that plays out. I hope it goes well for you. Good luck.